Tonight, Governor Mike DeWine rolling out his plan to reduce phosphorus runoff into Lake Erie. Amanda Fay there for a big announcement today. She's live in studio with the details.
Yeah, so Andrew, you remember in 2014, that was the year of the Toledo water crisis. We know that 2.3 million pounds of phosphorus ended up in the watershed, and studies show a majority of nutrient runoff comes from farms. The governor is looking at 10 best practices for farmers to follow in order to begin bringing that level down.
We have a moral obligation to preserve and protect these great natural resources.
Governor Mike DeWine in Toledo to lay out his water quality plan. He first introduced H2 Ohio in the spring. The state legislature approved funding for the program for 2 years. Now he says it's time to get to work.
One of the most comprehensive, data-driven planning processes in our state's history.
It involves creating wetlands, addressing failing septic systems, preventing lead contamination, and of course, reducing runoff. The governor listed 10 best practices he's asking farmers to get on board with. They include things like soil testing, crop rotation, and cover crops.
Farmers want to do all they can to reduce nutrient runoff, but they can't do it on their own.
So the plan includes economic incentives for farmers to use these best practices. It won't be mandatory, and the governor couldn't give dollar figures just yet, but he thinks farmers will buy in, as they were part of the discussions when putting this plan together.
We're going to make public every year the number of acres that are in this watershed that are following good practices. So we're going to be able to measure, and the public is going to be able to see whether or not we're making progress or not making progress.
Farmers in the crowd say the governor's plan seems well thought out.
If we continue to put conservation practices on the ground, I think it'll do nothing but improve our water quality down the road.
All right, this is a hot topic, Amanda. Today, the governor talking about farming. That was the majority of the conversation, but also issue of bad septics, and lead pipes in daycares and schools.
Yeah, it's still a big issue, and he said it's really unacceptable. We shouldn't be having these issues, but he said to stay tuned because in the coming weeks, we're going to see more about programs that are going to have some funding to go to replace some low-income homes' septic systems. They have bad systems. They'll be replacing those, and also programs to address the lead in those aging schools and daycares. It is happening.
Seems like an ongoing challenge, and several municipalities working to find solutions. All right, Amanda, thank you so much.